Hey, what's going on, y'all? Speedy at 44. Trying something new here. Sitting on my floor playing a little 2K. Just figured I'd turn on the thing, see what I say. Since I've been sitting here talking about shit, might as well just go at it. Excuse my language. But and that is my weed. I know you guys can probably see that I smoke. Took a little time off. Started back again. Probably take a little time off again. That's how I like to do it. But wedding cake, I like the stuff. They're not paying me, so I'm not saying anything else. Yeah. So this is what's going on here. I have concerns that the Lakers are going to suck tonight, y'all. I'm worried that our team's not going to play well. We've only had one day off, and I saw some things in that game, as I've already talked about, of course, that I just didn't like. One of them that happens to be on my mind now, which is not the most serious thing in regards to the Lakers' woes, but it is something that is concerning me. It's just the lack of production that we're getting from Kyle Kuzma. I don't expect him to be our third guy yet. I think he's capable of becoming somebody of that nature, but he's not there yet. And trying to rush his progression probably isn't the move. And I think we've done it by asking him to play this role with these two stars. I just want him to have the same confidence he had when he first got here. He was a very talented scorer for us, and still is, obviously. His mechanics are natural, and he's an artist in the open court at his best. But he has to have the confidence and be empowered to do so. You know, you want to give the kid an opportunity to do the things that he's best good at, and I just don't know that he's able to on this team. And that's what it's become ever so clear to me. He's the type of guy that should still be in situations where teams are learning how to win rather than being asked to win. But the good thing is maybe that changes after this experience. You can only start having experience once you go through something, and it's his first time going through it, but he's just not playing well. And I am concerned it's going to continue. So that's one thing. We had a lot of trouble with the pick and roll early on in that game, and throughout this series, they've been running it. I have my concerns that we're going to continue to struggle with the pick and roll. Jamal Murray had an incredible rhythm in the last game. I'm not concerned he's going to continue to keep his rhythm. He's definitely going to keep his rhythm. So that's not even just a concern. That's what I expect. Jokic is starting to shoot. The 2 games that we won, he wasn't shooting that 3. Now he's starting to shoot it. Against the Clippers, he was splashing the thing all over the place. That's a concern of mine. If he starts shooting at a higher clip, that 3-point shot at a higher clip, I'm very concerned it's going to be a problem for us. Because we don't have bigs that like to chase him out there. With the exception of Anthony Davis, who he's been having his way with. Let's just be real. He has. And that's another thing. AD, not playing well. Not for his standards. Not for his standards. That's it. He's got to play better. He's capable of it. It's playoff time. Let's get it done. LeBron James, similar. I heard that the Lakers are going to file a grievance, if they haven't already filed a grievance, in regards to him not getting enough to the line enough. I agree with that. For some reason, it was something that didn't really stand out to me as much in terms of recalling what happened in the game and why we lost. So I'm not blaming that on why we lost. But when you consider that he hasn't been at the line, it's a problem. When you consider that he hasn't been at the line, but 10 times in 3 games, yeah, that justifies a grievance file for me. So I'm not mad at the Lakers for that. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, he's whining and this and that. But to me, it seems like he's getting the Shaq treatment. He's just not getting his calls. He's getting slapped around. He's driving into the lane, being aggressive. I'd like to see him become more aggressive, but he was being aggressive. And, nothing, no whistles. And Jokic and Murray and all of those guys are getting to the line. So we've had games where that's been the other way around. I've seen situations where I felt the refs were leaning toward the Lakers. I didn't say anything because, hey, it always works for me. I'm gonna be happy about that because we've been screwed enough. And in this case, I feel like, yeah, we might be getting screwed a little bit in regards to Bron getting to the line. So that's something that I hope to see. But when he gets to the line, I hope he gets confidence going for himself and makes those shots, because he's not the greatest free throw shooter that we have, and that's unacceptable for him to not make free throw shots on a consistent basis, as great as he is and as good as those shots that he makes. Look, his form is good enough. He switches it up a lot, but you know, LeBron James should be a much better free throw shooter than he happens to be statistically. So hopefully he can shoot well. In that regard, what else am I thinking about in regards to Denver? Grant is going to continue to create issues with his length, and he's got a lot of confidence going. Porter is starting to get his confidence going. He's playing better progressively as the series goes along. He's just getting better and better. You guys already know what type of scorer Porter is going to be in the future. He can have a Tyler Hero type of moment at any time. And, you know, that's why you don't want to play around with teams. When you have games, you don't want to lose them in the playoffs, because you never know. You could have a moment like that. Here you are thinking the game's going to go one way, and all of a sudden you got somebody breaking out that you didn't even plan for. So you don't want to leave any games on the board. You don't want to leave any games on the board. And I don't think the Lakers have done that yet. That's the good thing. I think they lost Game 3 outright. There was no question about that. I know people would say, oh, the score got so close. But if you were watching that game, it didn't feel as close as it got. Even when we were down 2, even when we were down 5, it still felt like we were down big because of the difference in energy and because of how well Denver was playing us on both ends of the floor versus how poorly we had played throughout the entire game. It's like, can we do enough to win? More so than, okay, it's a 2-point game. You know, that's just the feel the game had the entire time. So, yeah, hopefully that's not the case tonight. And we get better production out of everyone. Because we're going to need a team game. When the Lakers are at their best, we have like 6 players in double figures. You really do. Now, that can be negated by 2 monster games by our superstars. So when I say at our best, I want to kind of curb that for spectacular play by them. But assuming that they're just having a regular game, we are at our best when 6 players are in double figures. So if we can get guys who are out there to do that, if Kuzma can bounce back, if we can get some things out of guys like Danny Green, KCP. Like I said, I really want to see him play Talon, man. I just think that we have a guy that's looking to attack, sitting on our bench. He has super long arms. He shoots the 3. He drives and gets to the line very well and hits his free throws. He plays defense. He's defensive-minded. And like I said, he has super long arms, so his long arms allow him to be effective defensively as well. And he's deceptively long because he's not very tall and he doesn't have a superior frame. He's not like a buff guy, but he's big and just has great metrics with his arms. So we need to take advantage of him. And he's fast, man. He's faster than he looks. He can really push the tempo when he gets going and finishes very well. So I just want to see the Lakers give him more of a shot out there, just like I want to see the Nuggets give Bol more of a shot out there. But I think Mike Malone is doing everything right as far as his team's concerned at this point. They're doing good. So I'm looking for our coaching staff to match that and make the adjustments necessary to really take away some of this doubt that I have. Hopefully they can do just that. My name is BDF44. Thanks for watching. I'm out.